Hi, this is Simon. Next in the series of a bunch of videos, 11 steps to successfully managing yourself through this crisis and coming out the other side with a smile on your face and the business intact. Lots of important things we've talked about so far. Today is perhaps one of the most important things, and that is how you manage your cash flow during the current pandemic and during the current lockdown period that exists. So those of you who are clients and those of you who know us very well will know there's a shared Dropbox which has a lot of information located inside it. If you want access to that, just DM me and let me know. We'll happily switch that on. All these recordings are all in there for people to catch up on. Some information on how to access government grants, how to access government loans, what the small business rates relief looks like in terms of rebates and how that works, and so on and so forth. So loads of great, very valuable information in there, which is absolutely free to anybody who wants access to it. I'd like you to also to think about cutting your costs. Print off your bank statements, get a highlighter, put them on the desk in front of you, and strike out anything which is absolutely not required as a day-to-day cost in your business. Really important you do that. Do that early. Don't wait. Do it today, and make sure that you cut out those costs, those extra costs, because cash in your bank account today is much more important than in anybody else's. If you're going to get through this in one piece and sort out your staff and sort out all of your relocation expenses if you're going home and those kind of things, you need to make sure that you preserve all of your cash. Also really important to make sure that you look after your key suppliers and your partners. So if you're going to pay anybody on time, make sure you talk to those guys, make sure you communicate the message, and make sure you keep up some kind of regular payment regime that's agreed with your key suppliers and partners. You're going to need those guys when you come out of the other end of it, so keep them on side, keep them happy. Postpone payments on what you can. So there's a mortgage relief scheme for people, for your employees, for your staff. Make sure they understand how it works. Make sure you give them access to the tools they need to, and the time they need to talk to the mortgage brokers, for example, or the banks or the building societies that they're working with. But postpone what you can. Speak to your landlord, postpone your rent. Speak to any loans or finance companies you've got, postpone your repayments. Speak to the bank, look for a postponement on any loans that the business has, for example. If you've got access to increase your overdraft, increase your overdraft. You might not need it, but right now we just don't know how long this thing is going to last. And availability of cash to you is much more important than anything else at this point, because without that, your business can't operate. And then lastly, I would say that we have got a section on this coming up in the next few days, but sales and marketing, you can sell your way out of this. If you can still sell and you can still market your products, you need to maximize your sales process. Make sure you're turning over all those leads that are coming in, if indeed they are coming in any longer. And it's a really important part of your business philosophy and thinking, is that sales is the most important thing that you can do. What do you need to generate those? If you need marketing to generate your sales, don't stop your marketing. Really, really key that you keep all those things up. So cut costs, extend credit, access to government loans, make sure you look after your suppliers and partners, postpone payments on what you can, where you can, change your cost structure, change your cost base, lower it as far as you possibly can. And ultimately, you want to be able to sell your way out of the current scenario as things start to improve. And get you back to business as usual. So there you go, cash flow management, how you look after money in your business and make sure that you've got more of it in your account than not at this crucial time. Very, very, very valuable, very, very important. Thanks very much for listening. I hope that was useful. I'll be back tomorrow with some more tips. In the meantime, I've been Simon Elson.